Oh, Hemi sung the theme tune and put his voice in reverse.
You're talking all over it. So what I'll do is I'll definitely stop so you can keep talking.
You opened it. We came.
Good evening and welcome to another Fortean Words.
Willy bum bum.
Testicle, 1 2 1 2. Is this on? Is this thing on?
Very serious show.
Very.
Pesties 1 2.
Although it's not, I think we were a bit over serious on the Rendlesham Forest. I thought we were way too serious with Rendlesham.
Yeah, we're going to have a bit more fun this time.
Yeah.
We were out of control that night, so we need to calm down. So let's take this a bit more seriously tonight.
Yeah, but to be serious, they weren't serious. No, they were joke names. Most of those American soldiers.
Oh, they weren't. They were just American names, and they just found it. It's just if you're from another country, you find it a foreign name funny. So there's nothing funny about a name.
English names are funny as well. Like, for example, Phil McCann saying, "Petrol, we're running out." Oh, hang on, that was Bill Bailey. But Brian Blessed bit.
Petrol's alive.
Phil McCann at the forecourt saying, "Petrol, we're running out." Petrol, Britain's running dry.
Quick! We need all the petrol sold before it goes off. Quick, get down there. Why don't instead of that? Why didn't they just do it like a DFS sale? Sale now on down your local petrol station because it's going off and you need to buy it quickly.
The thing is, this isn't the first time the BBC had done a silly name thing. Because apparently they had a thing about water and they had Alan Drinkwater on.
I saw a meme with 4 on.
Yeah, there's Sarah Blizzard, Alan Drinkwater.
Oh, Sarah Blizzard, the BBC weather correspondent.
Yeah.
And then there's this new guy, Phil McCann. Then there's another one. Who was the other one?
My cunt.
Oh, he's a right Emmanuel, that guy.
Hugh Rhino.
Hugh Rhino.
I just
Scratcher.
realised I've been talking all the way through that and you didn't hear anything because I was muted.
No. Did you mute yourself?
Yeah, muted.
But did you mute yourself in Discord or did you mute yourself in OBS? Maybe the audience heard you.
The audience probably heard me.
Well, I listened to the
I heard
podcast
That's going to be
later.
bizarre. They're going to go, why are they ignoring Hemi? It's just not fair.
Because we hate him, that's why.
Why
Well,
are they
we'll get to hear
ignoring the host? It's just
this all back on Is it anchor.fm/Fortean Words?
Yeah, I've got it'll be up.
Yeah.
It'll be up.
So remember, if you're in your car or you're just waiting at the bus stop somewhere, you can share this show, and we'll keep the Nignogs and the Coons to a minimum because this episode's not about them.
Yeah.
Well, it might be.
Although it might be.
But listen to it whilst queuing for petrol.
Yeah.
Time or fly by.
Apparently
Go on then. What?
Apparently you're low compared to everyone else, according to No Fun Zone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you sound the same as us to me, but to them.
Yeah, the problem is I'll deafen everybody. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, well, that said, you can always adjust your mic in OBS. You could
Adjust your mic cunt.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'll take the edge off you lads on the desktop audio. I think.
And then bring yourself up, and then it's all.
Mine's already on max, so I'll just bring yours down a bit. How are those levels, people? Yeah, it's a bit off because I had to.
Oh, your OBS mic gains all the way to the maximum.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you need to Well, that's why you use VoiceMe to up the gain. So this is all fascinating content, which I'm sure the audience...
Yeah, it can't be a bit of tech. We haven't done tech support for a while, though, have we, Hobbit?
No, we haven't. Hello, my name is Ranjip. I am here to tech support you.
Tech support, mate?
Tech support?
Quick one, has no one else driven...
Son Virgin.
Has no one else driven a C5? Because I was in the chat last week.
We were going to talk about the C5, weren't we?
Yeah. Has no one else had a go?
Did you send the dry cleaning bill to Sir Clive Sinclair? Did you, Ian?
Well, I almost my family almost sued him after my death, but yeah, it was a fucking death trap. But I got to admit, it was worth it. It was worth it. I was on holiday. Did you get
much of a speed out of it then? Or?
Well, not bad for what it was, and I was only a kid at the time, but it was like, it was in my head, and it was just after the C5 came out, and there was someone obviously spotted a gap in the market, bought a load, and was just renting them out for an hour. So, but yeah, it was very dangerous.
Just remembering the Sinclair C5 advert, and I thought it was a fever dream.
Oh, speaking of fever dream, I saw like there was this Doom 95 to promote Doom on Windows 95 because it was like one of the first things to use DirectX. And in the video, it's in the nuclear reactor level, and Bill Gates is there in the trench coat and the shotgun going, well, these graphics are getting really realistic. And I'm like, imagine him doing that sort of stuff now.
He's such a fucking humorless bastard. He'd be standing there with a fucking syringe now, wouldn't he?
Oh, my uncle had this book called Bill Gates, The Road Ahead, and he says, this book will not be an autobiography, nor is it a treatise about technology. And I thought, well, what the fuck is it then?
What's that desk he always... What's that book he always has on his desk? Is it How to Lie with Statistics?
Oh, is it? Or like how to have a jar of shit with every symposium you do?
Bill Gates should have called his book Microsoft Kampf.
No, Microsoft. Minecraft Camp. Minecraft. Isn't that a Microsoft game? Isn't it Minecraft?
It was bought up by Microsoft, but it was made by Mojang.
My cunt camp. My cunt cramp. We can get my cunt in there somewhere.
Do you need some assistance, Ian?
Fast. Ian, can you hold your arm above your head?
Yeah.
Ian's having a stroke, people.
Oh dear. You're supposed to do that before or after the show, not during.
Yeah. Vinegar stroke by the sound of it.
You might feel a slight prick.
Yeah.
You might become a slight prick. Yeah.
Ian, where are you gone? I think
Oh, here
he is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
No, I've had tech trouble, but if I'm coming through okay.
We thought you'd had a stroke. You started stuttering and then disappeared. We thought you were a goner.
It's a new headset, so hopefully...
Not to fear, Ranjip is here. I'll be helping you with your tech support issues. Oh, apparently someone said to me when I do my Indian voice, it sounds like I'm a Gestapo agent. So I was playing...
How's the Jamaican always sways Welsh with you, doesn't it, Albert?
I don't know why.
Please show your papers and Bob's on Virgin.
Yes. Yeah. No, it literally was doing that. I've been playing Gas Station Simulator. So I do my dream of being a 23 hours a day shift worker in a petrol station.
Right, I've heard about
look at news.
Where's the Loch Ness photo?
Let's look at big news from Loch Ness this week. Let's
or is it big news? Is it big news?
It is big news. This is it. This is the proof.
Is this the one? Is this the one?
This is the one. Yep, this is what we've been waiting for. Finally, conclusive proof that there is a monster there. Let's show the people at home if they've not seen it already.
Is champing at the bit to see this.
Champing at the bit. Here we go. Loch Ness monster caught on drone.
And when we see the monster, we've got to when we see the monster, we've got to shout out "monster!" Right? So let's.
What, like Uno?
Yeah.
Is it like Connect 4 like?
Yeah.
Well, that's cheating. They put a red circle around it.
Monster.
Uno.
Monster.
I didn't see anything.
Not trying.
I saw the red circle.
That is the monster.
Oh God! No. Why is it?
It's
what?
Why is it like
is
20p? Like, why can they never get anything in more than 240p footage? Like, why? Come on, guys.
It's 90s Nokia footage, isn't it?
We can see the long neck and the body there, isn't it? And some flippers. So
that's it. You know, this is from a newspaper. This is from a newspaper, and they put a circle like that round it. How fucking low effort! They got no graphics department or something for fuck's sake.
You know, enhance the fucking image or something. Not put a red ring around it. Christ!
They should have put a magenta cock around it.
There's definitely a form there, though, isn't there? There's a body and a neck. We can see.
I see. It's blur.
It looks I can see a plesiosaur, but that might be.
It's like Freud.
Plesiosaur? You mean Darwin's hoax for a dragon?
Oh, look at this. We've got another joke name. Richard Outdoors. Dick Outdoors.
Oh, no. This fake
Dick
thing.
Outdoors.
Come on. That's not right. That's not real. That's not real.
Is this the Babylon Bee?
Dick Outdoors. Let's see. There you go. Dick Outdoors.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, Dick.
Dick Outdoors. That's also his real name, though, is it?
Not plesiosaur, it's pleasuresaur. Because it's got like spanking paddles.
Spanking paddles.
Yeah.
Pleasures itself whilst watching. So
there's some more of Richard Dick Outdoors.
That's.
Did it come on land then, or did it just swim to the?
Well, he decided to turn the camera off before it came on land, but so.
Of course it did. Obviously,
yeah. That's good enough.
You won't want to actually catch anything, would you?
Nah.
Well, you got the picture there. That's enough.
You got the blur, right? You got the blur. That's all you need.
Yeah, go and do something else now, innit? So.
I've got a blur on camera. Oh, that's enough.
So yeah, interesting though. One of the classic photos, classic bit of film there. So, however, it has been debunked since. And if you put the picture up, Hemi, we'll actually see. There's the fucking idiot there.
There's Dick Outdoors.
Dick Outdoors.
Yeah. Playing with himself.
Is it on the story? Is it? Where's the debunking?
Oh, I posted it in the. Dick Outdoors isn't going to admit to it, so just the investigators found the other bit. So if you go to the chat discussion bit, we got the you can see what the I did post the thing there. What's your date of birth and your mother's maiden name?
Yeah. Hold on a sec. I can just download the picture.
There he is again. Get a life, mate.
That's better.
What was this mysterious shape?
What was it? Indeed.
Plesiosaur? Something. There we go. Was it a child's toy? Superimposed there, so there we can see. You can buy your own Loch Ness monster there from Amazon,
mate.
And then you can Photoshop it into the log itself.
Dirty Dick.
If you've got nothing better to do.
So he's Dirty Dick Outdoors then.
He is, yep. Fooled us all. He fooled the world.
Dirty boy.
Fucking wanker.
No wonder it was like 240p.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they do. They hide the things in the factor that it's highly pixelated, don't they?
Mm. So yeah, it was a big disappointment. So, just as we thought. finally, the proof we were looking for, and someone mucking about again.
Eventually, our audience is just going to get fed up with this and be like, "Oh no, not the crypto footage. Yeah, just blur pixels. Just with a name like Dicks Out for Harambe."
Dicks Out for Plesiosaurus.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, if it was real footage, and a real monster, and everyone knew it was real, we wouldn't have a program, would we? So
nope.
No.
We should be grateful for it. So
it'd be on JDLE. It'd be on JDLE. That's it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure we'd do a show about something.
Yeah, but not mystery animals.
Well, we could be mystery animals in other parts of the world. Oh, yeah, no, sorry. I was just focusing on Loch Ness. I'm just disappointed that, it's...
You're not angry, you're just disappointed with Dirty Dick Outdoors, are you?
Well, I just think he's from the same sort of like...
Oh, we've got a GIF in the D-Live chat. Come on, man.
I'm starting to wonder with this sort of stuff if it's like if there's like a fraternal organisation of silly names, like the Ministry of Silly Walks, like Alan Drinkwater's like they're panning it up with Phil McCann and Sarah Blizzard and Dick Outdoors.
Dick Outdoors.
Ben Dover's there as well, and
his wife Eileen. His wife Eileen.
Lesbian.
Lesbian,
yeah.
Minjita.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very diverse in this club.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. So what are we doing next then? Are we going to jump into the content?
Yeah, let's do that then, yeah? So we'll kick off
right.
American Monsters, yeah? So we'll do that tonight.
Who are these
Dom, I hear your wife is going to North America on holiday.
Great timing there, Dom.
Tom.
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 Yeah.
Dom's comic timing is just impeccable.
Dom, I hear your wife is going to North America on holiday.
Is she?
Right. Yeah. Okay, then never mind that. Okay, so American Monsters, yeah.
Fucking hell, Dom.
Went to this.
What? Where?
Your wife, Dom. Your wife.
What do you mean?
American
I'm not married? What do you mean, Ian? I'm not married, says Dom.
Never mind. Okay.
Smooth. No one will notice. We'll edit that one out.
Yeah. But it's live, so it's too late. All right then. All right. The unexplained.
What's the gag? You're gonna have to do just do the gag.
It's
yourself,
more.
Ian,
It's his wife. It's his wife. Do you not understand? It's his wife.
We went through it on Facebook, but let's all right.
I don't remember it. Come on, you gotta do it now.
Read Facebook.
I thought
all right then.
Alaska was the first one.
Oh yes, that's right. You got it. All right, let's do it then. We'll do it properly this time. Dom.
It's all right, I'll edit it out. Don't worry.
I hear your wife is going to North America on holiday.
Is this a bit?
I said it just then.
It's literally just
Alaska.
Really? I thought she would have told you already. Right, okay. Well, that was ruined anyway. No, she's going if your knob will fall off. Anyway.
Where's your wheelie bin?
You don't want this to go the same way as the Rendlesham episode. That was, we ran riot that night.
No, those
we need
jokes.
To rein it in a bit.
Those jokes landed in.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, no, but I was looking for a. I was in Matalan.
You two not thought of doing a double act together? You fabulous. You kill it.
No, I'm going solo. My own routine, my own one man show.
Knock, Dom. What?
but I was getting colder now, and so I was in Matalan today, and I was just looking at the coats, and the assistant said, "Would you like to try it on?" So I felt her ass. Right. Anyway, let's get into this.
That's a bit like I used to go out with a bird from Marks and Spencer's. She wouldn't let me try out on.
Same
Yeah, same joke.
Yeah.
Same joke.
All right. Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's get into this anyway. The unexplained, the unknown, the paranormal, men in black, men of the night, piss and shit, spastics. So America is the best country in the world, isn't it? So and they think that they're the best at everything, so it makes sense.
They're going to save us from alien apocalypse, aren't they?
It makes sense though that they've got the most mystery creatures because they've got shitloads. So tonight we're going to have a look at just a fraction of the numerous American monsters.
Ooh.
Okay. So first hot topic we're going to look at is called the Flatwoods monster. So let's get into this case. On September the 12th, 1952, the town of Flatwoods in Braxton County, West Virginia, experienced a possible visitor from another world, or did it? At 7:15 p.m. on that fateful day, two brothers, Edward, 13, and Fred May, 12, and their friend Tommy Hoyer, 10, were mucking about on the property of local farmer G. Bailey Fisher. Suddenly the boys saw a bright pulsating light go across the sky above them and crash into a nearby wooded area. The three boys then ran to get the May boys' mother, then went to investigate what had happened in a Scooby-Doo type way. A few other boys, including National Guard member Gene Lemon, 17, and his dog, also joined the search party. So, before we continue then, if you just get the first picture up there, Hemi, we'll look at this group of investigators.
Yeah, I've already got it up, I think.
Have they? Okay then. So, as the group grew closer to where they thought the object had crashed, they began to detect a strange sulfur-like odour. The boys said it was like someone had dropped their guts and made everyone feel sick. In addition, a strange mist began to rise around them, and they could hear a strange metallic whining noise. At one point, Lemon's dog, with his hair raised, abruptly froze and then dashed off into the mist. Lemon and the others ran after the dog, where they found it barking near a wooded fence. Although they wanted to keep moving forward, the dog refused to take another step. And as they pushed forward, the smell and noise became stronger and stronger. So obviously there was a presence in the woods, obviously related to this craft they'd seen, which landed. Suddenly, Lemon, who was leading the group, saw what appeared to be a pair of green eyes in a tree staring back at him. He then shone his flashlight or torch onto the spot where he assumed he would see a possum. What they saw in the shadows would haunt them forever. Lemon screamed like a girl and fell backwards. He said he saw a 10-foot monster with a blood-red body and a green face that seemed to grow. Fuck. That he thought the creature had claws for hands, but it was hard to tell because of the dense mist. The eyes of the creature projected beams of light which lit up the whole area. Eventually, the monster began to hover over the path and move out of sight, but not before covering Mrs. May in a strange, oily, cum-like substance. The frightened group got the fuck out of there and legged it back to town. They immediately called the sheriff and the newspapers. The sheriff and his deputy went up the mountain top to locate the creature, but could see or smell fuck all upon their arrival. So the police couldn't see what the boys had seen. When the witnesses had calmed down, they were able to describe in more detail what they had seen. They said the creature was approximately 10 foot tall, with a round, blood-red face, a large pointed hood-like shape around the face, eye-like shapes which emitted a greenish-orange light, and a dark black or green body, claw-like hands, and clothing like foals. So what we'll do, if you go to the next picture there, Hemi, let's look at an artist's impression of what the boys had seen, and we'll see if we think this is realistic or this. There we go. That's what the
I
boys
think I
saw.
pulled her in a nightclub once, sometime around the mid-90s.
Yeah, do you think a beer goggles?
Can I just interject that head thing looks like the Ace of Spades, so we could be dealing with the ghost of Lemmy.
Could be, yeah. But this is 1952, so he was alive at that point. But a dress on as well, so quite forward thinking for its day. So that's what they saw.
Hang on, are you telling me ghosts can't travel through time? Well, if it is the ghost of Lemmy in 1952,
could be. Let's go to the next picture there. Let's go to the next picture. Let's see the actual. Let's go to the next picture and we'll see. It worked. It worked perfectly.
Voice. I've got an evil voice.
Go to the next picture. We'll actually see the witnesses stood by their drawing. Which is Jean Lemon and
that Jean Lemon looks like I'm a lady. I'm guessing that was formerly John Lennon.
Well, it's not a lady; it's more of a man because the one in glasses is actually a lady, but it does look like a guy. So there they are with the impression of the monster. Plus, you've also got a small figure there that you can see for comparison and scale. So
I'm a lady. I'm a lady.
What could they have seen? That would shit you up if you saw that in the woods. But anyway, okay then. Several other locals would later.
Yeah, but
go on.
No, sorry, I was just wondering. Did she go on holiday?
Jamaica.
No, she went of her own accord.
Yeah, I'll ask you later. Right, okay. That's all. We did go through this, but yes, we'll forget that.
Dom's finally woken up. Dom's woken up now. Dom's woken up.
How much have you had? How much have you had today?
All
of it.
Just to bear in mind, Dom is contractually obliged to be in this state for the show. The contract is set in stone. It's non-negotiable.
I've actually stopped drinking, so that's all right. No, I don't drink anymore. So
was it Mr. Jenkins down at the local fun fair?
Yeah. So anyway, okay then. So let's get back to that. So several other locals would later report that they also saw a strange craft in the area at that time, but the Flatwoods monster would make no further appearances. In the days that followed, people who saw the creature reportedly became nauseous and had nightmares. Witness, 10-year-old Tommy Hoyer, developed a bedwetting problem after the encounter. The other kids in his class found out and taunted him with names such as Pissy Pants Hoyer and Tommy Bedwetter. So that's what happened to him. So following the encounter, Flatwoods became famous as the home to the Flatwoods monster, and the press picked up on the story. So let's just go to the next picture. Then we'll just have a look at one of the many reports that you can see there. So journalists took their time to report on this weird 10-foot creature.
Was a weird 10-foot creature where they described that woman?
Yeah, she was a 6-foot creature. That's the encounter there, basically. So what could that have been? Skeptics have pointed out that the bright light reported by witnesses on that night was most likely a meteor, and the pulsating red light was likely to be an aircraft navigation or hazard beacon. The creature described by witnesses closely resembled an owl, and the creature's claws could well have been an owl's claws gripping a branch. So if you go to the next picture there, Hemi, let's just look at an owl side by side with the creature and just see if you could mistake that. Owls.
Do you get barn owls in North America?
You do, yeah, you do get owls. So, but it's a bit. I suppose an owl.
Yeah. An
on
owl
a branch.
doesn't really look like Creepy Space Nun, though, does it?
Well, it was dark and misty.
Dark and misty, and it looked like Creepy
10
Space
foot.
Nun.
10 foot off the ground. If it was on a branch, 10 foot up, with its claws
Well, how
on
big
the
did they say
branch.
the monster was?
10 foot, including the hood. So.
Well, I don't know. I ain't never seen a 10-foot owl.
But it could be on a branch 10 foot up.
You haven't been to Bohemian Grove then, have you?
Yeah. Or what about the Cornish Owlman?
The Cornish Owlman is actually.
Yeah. Remember the Cornish Owlman? That's a case. But yeah, so. But these are just suggestions which are being thrown around. It could have actually,
debunkers. Debunkers. They're just debunkers. That's what
some people just like to spoil the fun, don't they?
Yeah.
But or it could have been an alien visitor. We don't know.
I believe it was an alien visitor.
Now, did they say it crashed or it landed? Because it sounds like the boys said it crashed. So then it must have took off again, right? Fucking.
Well, you'd think so.
Well, it was a woman driver though, wasn't it?
Don't let nuns drive, yeah. Space nuns.
Yeah, don't let your creepy space nun drive.
Yeah, so that's what happened there. Visitor from another world or owl? The town of Flatwoods has cashed in on the incident, as they do. So go to the next picture there.
Never.
I mean, let's have a quick look.
Never, I would not believe you.
Yep. You can have your photo taken on the Flatwoods monster chair, and there it is. You can sit in that.
It looks more like an electric chair. Jesus Christ, that looks
Basically,
awful, doesn't it? What's with the long
arms? Such a ritual sacrifice, isn't it? Like.
Yeah, they put a across and lock you in there.
It's
a
set fire superhero from the Marvel cutting room floor.
Yeah, creepy space man.
You sit there and get bummed by the monster. But yeah, tourists
enjoy our fabulous new comic, Creepy Space Nun. She was bitten by a creepy space nun, therefore has all the powers and looks of a creepy space nun.
But people flock to sit there. So
do they?
But it doesn't stop there. They've also got
flocking to sit there right now.
There's no queue right now.
Looks like a commode.
Yeah. Why are the arms so long in it? What's the design? Doesn't make sense.
But anyway, go to the next picture. We'll see.
It's not handy capable, is it? That
handicapped, more like. But yes, you can go to you can pay good money to go to the Flatwoods monster. Did they specify
colours of the creepy space nun? Because she seems to be all of a sudden orange with a green dress on.
There's a bit of artistic license going on, but she glowed red.
Look at all the languages you got it in. Busha Zentrum Centro to Visitantes.
Yeah, because the first bit is in German, the second bit is like Spanish, and then you got some Ching Chong Boon runes above it.
Yeah, I bet there's Ching
Barata Noctu.
That's it.
Yeah, because I know the bit on the right is Japanese, isn't it? Because
we know that why the Germans turn up to this visitor centre, don't we? Because they hear about the splooging and they're just like, oh yeah, give me some of that.
Yeah. So they want some alien space and scheisse porn, don't they?
But anyway, go to the next picture. Then you can actually meet the monster in person. There we go. You can.
Is this you, Dom? Is this you meeting him?
Yeah, that's Dom.
Look at the horribly obese boy.
That's Dom when he went to Alaska.
Trailer trash. Trailer trash meets the Flatwoods monster.
Does that say I met the Flatwoods monster and all I got was this lousy T-shirt? Is that what it says on there?
Yeah. Yeah, so so you can spend your hard-earned cash on that on that rubbish. But yeah, there you go. So that's it. That's what we've got. What do we think of that case?
It's a creepy.
I
believe it's a creepy spaceman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overactive imaginations on the part of young boys.
I just don't get the splooging part. Why did it splooge all over the woman? Like,
it was aroused and couldn't control itself.
just randomly, like, yeah, it's like, okay.
It spent many months alone.
So basically, she got shit on by an owl and like invented this like massive story around it.
She's too embarrassed.
Yeah.
Okay, shit on by an owl. Oh god, how do I get out of this shit? How do I?
A bird shat on my car. Yeah.
Good luck.
What do you do if a bird shit on you? Yeah.
I mean, it's like if a cat shits in your sandwich. That's good luck, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Bird shat on my head. A bird shat on my head.
How much did you pay for that?
I'd pack her in, Ian.
Get a glass coffee table.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the Flatwoods monster. So hope you enjoyed that case. So what we'll do, if you've got no questions, we'll go over to Dom, who's going to tell us about the curious case of the Jersey Devil.
Oh, I love the Jersey Devil.
You love the Jersey Devil.
Stuff from the audience.
Sort yourself out.
Questions.
Well, no, I don't actually love it, but I love.
Unfortunately, that's a see-through picture of the Jersey Devil, so it doesn't look quite right.
Oh yeah, it is the Jersey. We got a better picture of the Jersey Devil. So don't worry too much about that.
Have you actually got a picture of it?
An actual real picture, yeah.
Have you got the sound recordings of it? There was supposedly.
Well, we could have got the sound recordings, but we thought, well, why we've got the picture? Just leave the scene now. Let's not bother with the sound.
But it's creepy as hell. It's.
Okay, so anyway, the Jersey Devil. Ian, I hear my wife went on holiday in the West Country.
Oh, to Devon? No, in Dorset.
Yes, I did. Anyway.
You approved of it. You approved of it.
Oh, God.
You thought it was fine. All right, good.
So, the Jersey Devil. Like, for 200 years, well, for over 250 years, tales have emerged from the...
Can I just interrupt you, Dom? Do you tell us in this story who does the Jersey Devil shoes?
Do I?
Yeah, look, it's got shoes on. It's got horseshoes on. Who does the Jersey Devil shoes? That's what I want.
Great secret.
Yeah.
Well,
is that a play on words?
No, literally, look at that picture. It's got horseshoes on. It's got iron horseshoes on. Who does the Jersey Devil shoes? That's what I want to know.
Really want to know the answer to this question. We want to know.
Does it go in a pantomime costume and pretend to be like a regular horse? Is that how it gets his shoes done?
Nicked him off a horse. Anyway. For over 250 years, tales have emerged from the Pine Barrens forest area of New Jersey of what can only be described as a flying demon, which has become known as the Jersey Devil. Legend has it that the origin of the Jersey Devil comes from an event that happened on a stormy night in New Jersey in 1735. A Quaker woman gave birth to a child during a thunderstorm. The room flickered with candlelight. Wind howled. Some believed the woman to be a sorceress. The impoverished woman, known as Mother Leeds, was believed to have many children, as many as 12. Some say the child born on that fateful night was deformed. Some say she cursed the child because of her dire straits, where she gets her money for nothing, chicks for free. Where are we?
Kids for
Their
free.
accounts say the child was.
But she was in dire straits. But that was before. That was before MTV, wasn't it? But she wanted MTV. She wanted her MTV.
Yeah.
She wanted her MTV.
The microwave oven.
Yeah. All that shit.
Right, yeah. Other accounts say the child was born normal.
I think he's too drunk. I think he's too drunk to read a script.
I'm enjoying every word he's saying.
I was just distracted for a while. Anyway, other accounts say the child was born normal and took on odd characteristics later. Characteristics such as an elongated body, winged shoulders, and a large horse-like head, cloven feet, and a thick tail. The child was confined until it made its escape either out the cellar door or up the chimney. The Jersey Devil.
Have you ever heard that one
born.
about the Jersey Devil, where the mum sent him down the butcher's and he said, "Have you got any trotters?" And the butcher said, "No, it's just the way I walk."
Yep.
And then another time he said, "Have you got a sheep's head?" He goes, "No, it's just the way I part my hair."
You told that joke on Tuesday.
I know I did.
At Christmas.
So anyway, some years later on, a snowy afternoon in 1812, the Jersey Devil made a transition from local folklore and made its presence known in modern culture.
I now identify as internationally recognised. Transition. No, never mind. I'm here all night.
Yeah.
Anyway, Joseph Bonaparte, the older brother of Napoleon, was out hunting alone near his border town estate in New Jersey. Suddenly, Joseph saw some strange tracks in the snow.
Napoleon Bonaparte, the Corsican.
Mm.
Yeah,
Napoleon's brother. Yeah.
They said, "Can you find the?" Well, they said, "Can you find the Jersey Devil?" He said, "Of course I can."
Oh.
So it's a reliable witness, though, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
I know. Depends if you believe he was
Napoleon
real.
Bonaparte's older brother, I suppose so.
Yeah.
It
wasn't some hillbilly, not a hillbilly, on a farm somewhere.
Anyway, so he saw some tracks in the snow. The tracks looked like they were that of a 2-footed donkey with one foot slightly larger than the other. He followed the tracks, which came to an abrupt end.
Didn't he take a penalty in the Euros?
Apparently that's racist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, get out.
My head in shame.
You know what? He probably could have scored, I think. You know.
Yeah, he might have done a better job.
Get Gareth on the phone. Get him to sign the Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
So he followed the tracks, which came to an abrupt end, as if whatever had made the tracks had flown away. As Bonaparte studied the tracks, he heard a strange hissing noise. He turned round and found himself face to face with a large winged creature with a horse-like head and bird-like legs. Astonished and frightened, he froze and stared at the beast. The creature then hissed at him, beat its wings, and flew away. What Bonaparte had encountered on that fateful day was the infamous Jersey Devil.
Weird.
Weird. Yeah.
Nothing like the Tasmanian Devil.
No.
I am the Jersey
This one's a bit
Devil.
more. This one's a bit more extreme than the Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the Tasmanian Devil would go into a whirlwind and eviscerate its foes.
Yeah, he put Taz in Tasmania, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he have a horse-like head though?
No.
Because that's the money shot, isn't it? Anyway, carry on, Dom.
You're getting mixed up with the New Zealand Devil. Jacinda.
Hey, I'm thinking Rent-A-Ghost. That's that horse's head. That was on Rent-A-Go, so that was traumatic for me.
Gobbing.
And yeah, exactly. And this Jersey Devil knows what people fear. So anyway, for the most of the next decade, sightings of the devil were sparse and just passed by word of mouth. But in 1840, the creature was blamed for a variety of livestock being killed. Well, no one saw the actual events, but there were reports of screams, and there were also tracks to indicate that the livestock had been dragged. In 1850, in Clayton, New Jersey, the devil was chased by a posse to the edge of a wooded area. The devil fled into the wood, but the cowardly posse were too afraid to pursue it further. In 1870, the devil was seen cavorting in the sea with a mermaid, apparently.
Okay.
In 1909, the Jersey Devil became big news, and sightings of the creature went into overdrive. Commodore Stephen Decatur was practicing shooting cannonballs at Hanover Millworks with other members of the Navy when he spotted an unusual horse-headed flying creature flapping its wings. Being a bit of a psycho, he aimed the cannon at the beast and fired a cannonball directly at it, but it had no effect, and the creature flew away.
What? It direct hit?
Wow. Took the direct hit.
Yeah.
You sunk my battleship.
So, on the 23rd of January, reports came from the Delaware Valley that strange tracks were being found in the snow. Oh, by the way, I've heard that Delaware is the most boring state in the US. Just a little side fact there.
Yes, I too have heard that as well. Aye, we're in Delaware. Aye.
Are they Delaware? They're boring.
Kill me now.
Fucking hell, the puns are getting worse.
We're here all
They're not
night.
getting better, are they? We're here all night, unfortunately.
Anyways, back to the story. Strange tracks in the snow. Mysterious tracks went over and under fences, through fields and backyards, and across rooftops of houses. They were also reported in the large cities of Camden and Philadelphia. Panic immediately spread, and posses formed in more than one town. Fear and intrigue was even greater when it was reported that bloodhounds refused to follow an unidentified trail in Hamilton. Schools closed or suffered low attendance throughout lower New Jersey and in Philadelphia. Mills in the Pine Barrens were forced to close when workers refused to leave their homes and travel through the woods to get to their jobs. So, let's go over to Ian, who will tell us more about the terrifying devil.
This is smooth tonight, lads.
Yep.
Yep, Ian.
Delaware, home of Jason Genova.
Who's he?
Jason Genova. I'm wondering if it's one of those funny names like Phil McCann or Bend Over.
Yeah. Or Ian. He's turning it off and on again, lads. This is
Yeah.
We've got absolutely paralytic Dom and broken and tech support Ian tonight.
I'm halfway there, I gotta admit.
I'm living on a prayer. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, halfway there.
Jason Genova apparently is a king amongst men. I might as well Google it while we're waiting for Ian to come back.
Yep.
He's a real American monster, Jason Genova.
And a real American hero.
Genovapedia.
Real American
There's
monster.
actually a Genovapedia. Your number one source for Jason Genova ments.
Is he like a Chris Chan we don't know about?
I think he might be. He's a bodybuilder, powerlifter, UFC fighter, music musician, bag boy, and air conditioner.
A music musician?
Yeah.
As opposed to a non-music musician.
Backstory,
Actually,
Dancing in the Piss. The pissoning saga of the Dark Lord Spaniards, Solanum Tuberosum, Tuberosum L, Sith Lord Jason Genova. I would say more, but can't talk.
To be fair, though, sorry, mate, I'm lost. Non-musical musicians, that's it. Yes, also known as jazz musicians.
There's a picture of someone washing a potato. It says Jason being washed as a young child. Though potatoes can copy human characteristics, they never learn how to wash themselves. On February the 22nd, 1985, a young potato by the name of Jason Geneva was plucked from the ripe California soil by a kindly Jewish couple and transported to the fine state of what the fuck is this?
Creepy pasta.
This sounds interesting. Carry on. I want to know more about Jason Geneva.
I'll copy and paste the Genevapedia for you.
No, we need to know more about it. The audience demands Jason Donovan news.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. Technical problems back again, though, right?
It is back. You'll have to wait next week for Jason Geneva.
We downloaded the RAM to fix his stroke.
And Dom's tired and emotional. It's in
Where's he?
Grub and
Yes.
All right, okay. So where do we get up to, Dom? Sorry about this, everyone.
The emotions have been slopped out over the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
Pull yourself.
back to your next bit, where you're going to tell us more about the terrifying Jersey Devil.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you've covered the Delaware Valley incident with the tracks being found in the snow. All right. Okay then. Right. Okay. So then newspapers were reporting pets and chickens were being killed, and further sightings of a strange creature were happening. So-called witness provided various descriptions, and the Jersey Devil was described as follows: it had four legs and could walk on two. It was a winged, and it had the body of a kangaroo. So,
is it a man?
Probably not.
Do you remember the Sphinx's riddle? I don't know if you can remember that. What?
The sphincter riddle.
The Sphinx's riddle. Do you not remember that? What works on four legs? What walks on four legs in the morning, two legs in the afternoon, and three legs in the evening? Do you not remember that? It's a man because he crawls as a baby, walks as an adult, and then as an old man he walks with a cane.
Clever.
No,
anyway, okay.
What are the Jersey Devil's gender pronouns?
Ra and raw.
Red raw.
That. I still want to know where he gets his shoes done. Look, they're proper. They're proper. Who's his blacksmith? Or did he do it himself? I see he couldn't do it himself because his arms are too short.
Well, we'll find out. But anyway, okay then. So its head was like that of the horse. Its eyes blazed. It breathed fire, and it did its droppings in the road like a horse does. Often referred to as road apples. But anyway, okay, what we'll do? Let's have a look then. Road apples. So let's have a look at the picture then. The famous picture we're familiar with. We'll have a look at that though.
That one.
No, not the previous one. That's ruined. So we got to miss
the next joke.
That did ruin the next.
This is top.
The next.
Don't worry, I'll edit it out. I'll edit it out at the end.
But it's live, so I'm not sure how that works. But so we gotta like it.
I'll get a Men in Black normalizer and I'll edit it.
Yeah, we got a mishmash of a creature going on there. So yeah, so there's the Jersey Devil. It's quite a famous image. An amalgamation of various animals: kangaroo,
is the Jersey
horse.
Devil the one? Do you remember the one where the footprints were in the snow and they just went along and up a?
Yeah, we'll come on to that. We're
going to come on to that. Okay, don't forget that.
Oh, we'll relate the two cases. We'll come on to that shortly. But so the Jersey Devil walks into a pub, and the barman says, "Why the long face?"
I don't worry, I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
My mother cursed me. No.
Well, because it's got a long face. That's it. That's all it is. So a man walks into the pub and he does this. So let's go on to the next picture, which I found.
Yeah. There we go.
Let's have a look at that there. Man walks into a pub.
That must be a really classy bar, that one, mustn't it?
Yeah. Order a drink and so that goes on.
Oh, we've got another mystery for you to check out. Have you ever heard of the Oxford Clogger?
No, that's it's unfounded conspiracy theory. Although I have heard the Australians
mysterious goings on in Wetherspoons.
The Australians have taken a leaf out of this alleged clogger, and they've been doing the same with government toilets over there.
So you think the Oxford Clogger's a myth, then, do you, Hobbit?
Anyway, okay.
Urban legend.
And back to enough of the Oxford Clogger. Who was the Oxford Clogger anyway? Did they ever find out?
Nobody ever found.
No one in this chat. They didn't find him out.
No.
Oh, don't up to it. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So through January 1909, eyewitnesses spotted the beast in Camden and Bristol, Pennsylvania. In both cities, police fired on it, but did not manage to bring it down. A few days later, it reappeared in Camden, attacking a meeting of a social club and flying away. Earlier that same day, it appeared in Haddon Heights, terrorizing a trolley car full of passengers before flying away. Witnesses claimed that it looked like a flying kangaroo. Another trolley car full of people saw it in Burlington when it scurried across the tracks in front of their car. In West Collinswood, it appeared on the roof of a house and was described as an ostrich-like creature. Firemen turned their hose upon it, but it attacked them and flew away. Through this month, people reported their livestock, particularly chickens, were being slaughtered. Later that same month, a woman found the beast attempting to eat her dog. She hit it with a broomstick and it flew away. So yes, plenty of action going on in 1909.
It went a bit Spring-Heeled Jack, didn't it?
That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
What did you say, Hemi?
I said it went a bit Spring-Heeled Jack, didn't it?
Oh, with the jumping around and stuff. Yeah,
the jumping around on roofs and stuff like that reminded me of some of the Spring-Heeled Jack stories.
Why did it take 150 years to get it like active and shit? It's like hit its rebellious teenage phase at 150 or something, isn't it? God knows what it's like now. Young adult.
Has he gone again?
And it's always suspicious when there's thousands of animals being slaughtered in regions that have wolves and mountain lions and bears and
or carnivorous flying horses, yeah.
Ian, I think I'm getting a bit suspicious of it. And he keeps dodging the. How come the Jersey Devils got shod feet?
That's the true conspiracy of this.
Well, it could have been done, couldn't it? Yeah. Someone could be in on it. So
NASA, it's NASA.
Because those little short arms, he ain't doing it himself, is he?
Well,
it's when NASA's budget.
One of the mysteries, isn't it?
Yeah.
One of the things we've got to ponder over in this case. Anyway, okay then. So, the Philadelphia Zoo reportedly offered $10,000 as a reward for the capture of the creature if it existed, and newspapers at this time went into a frenzy, and the Jersey Devil was all the rage. Let's go and have a look at a quick news report of the day. If you can get up the next image there, Hemi, we'll see. Yep. I'm actually firing up my tablet because this is I can take over from there when I'm ready.
To say, Turley, I've had dreams where I've been flying before, but they seem to stop when I was in my 20s.
Well, I don't know. My flying dreams always seem to be kind of out of control. I can't control it.
So that's
a bit weird.
More like falling dreams than flying, but.
Yeah.
Oh, have you done the? Oh, never mind.
What you got, Dom? Come on.
No, I was thinking, talking about dreams. Have you done the lucid dreaming thing?
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah, I was just saying. Yeah, I was saying, never mind. It takes us a bit off topic, but maybe I've tried it and it works. Maybe it's another topic for another day. No.
Well, we're always open to it. We do true crime sometimes, don't we? So we don't. It's not always mystery creatures, but.
I listened to a good true crime podcast today. He's a bit of a shit-lib lefty, but you can't have it all. It's Murder Mile, and today I was listening to one about where this bloke had is it petit mal seizures, and he had a petit mal seizure and robbed a bureau de change in London, like stabbed the guy, murdered the guy, everything. When they got him,
sang the theme
back to
tune.
normal, didn't remember a single thing about it, not a damn thing.
Weird.
Yeah.
I've never heard of petit mal seizure before. I've heard of grand mal seizure, but
I think is it the ones when you just like because you get like the ones like the physical ones where you're on the floor and twitching and stuff, but you get the ones where you go blank for a bit. I think it's called a petit mal.
Okay.
So basically, you just zone out instead of having a full on.
So
you'll be
little
talking.
bad seizures.
You'll be talking. You'll have one
bad
mid-sentence. You'll stop the sentence there, but then it will be like a couple of minutes later, and then you'll continue the sentence from where you left off because you won't know you've even had one.
Really?
Or like what Biden does.
Yeah.
Continue for a bit. I'll tell you what. I'm just logging into my tablet, and I'll continue on there because this machine I'm on's a bit fucked.
Well, I don't want to
just talk amongst yourself a minute
for the lucid dreaming episode, but one of the things I used to do, and I don't wear a watch anymore, so it's even more of a tell now, is I'd look at the time on my watch in the dream, and then I'd look away from the watch, then I'd look at it again, and if I saw a different time, I was like, oh, okay, I'm dreaming. And then one time I'm not sure why, I decided that, okay, it's a different time, I'm lucid dreaming. So I looked at it away, and then I looked at it again, and this time the hands of the watch, they came out. They were like bent and warped and stuck out of the glass, as if to, like, it was saying, yeah, okay, I know you're dreaming, don't take the piss. And then I stopped lucid dreaming after that. I felt like I was being given a warning.
Well, that's one of the triggers, is looking at clocks and noticing time shifting, and that's one of the triggers to make you realise that you're lucid dreaming and to kind of pull you in it so you can control it, and also just electrical appliances not working or light switches and that kind of thing.
I've never used a light switch in a dream.
I find the second that I realise I'm dreaming, that's it, I'm awake.
Yeah.
I don't carry on.
Well, there's been a lot of times when I've been in dreams where I called it semi-lucid, like, oh, I know this is a dream, but I'm going to pretend I don't know, so I don't wake up. I'm not sure if that makes sense or not, but otherwise it's just like I get so excited, like, oh, I'm in a dream, I could do whatever I want. Oh, let's do sex. And it's just like, oh, I'll wake up, okay. And,
well, should we get back to the stuff? And yeah, we should definitely do this as a whole episode thing.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, we should. Who knows? Maybe by the time we do it, I might have actually done some more lucid dreaming. We'll see.
Does anybody know what the French for déjà vu is?
The French have no word for entrepreneur. I know that.
Oh, speaking of French people, you seen Sarkozy's under house arrest and tagged?
Is he?
Yeah, he got arrested. He was illegally influencing the election or something.
Oh.
He's got an ankle. They reckon he's going to get an ankle tag, and
Wow.
Yeah.
I know it's illegal to criticise, if you're French, to criticise the president, which I thought, like...
Really?
Yep, it is illegal. Can't criticise him. I saw something the other day, and I know we're getting away from the show, but just a brief aside. I'm sure people indulge me. Some French protester egged Macron, but they didn't like properly egg him. What they did is they did a hard-boiled egg so that it wouldn't like splat.
Well, they could have at least put it in the freezer, because you can do that as well. Yeah,
and it's just like, well, what's the point? It's just like you did a hard-boiled egg and you threw it at him, and
yeah,
like, why go to the effort of doing that?
At the time that was it David Cameron got like condoms thrown on him. Yeah, it was like half-assed. Or fucking flour or whatever.
Apparently Pumas. I'm just having a look on Twitter. Pumas are doing Harley Quinn suedes.
I thought you were going to say Harley Price clothing.
No, they're doing Harley Quinn suedes.
So I mean, hasn't Harvey Price got his own fashion label?
He should do. If he hasn't, he should do.
We did the story about it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I forgot about that.
We've done so much Harvey news, so we can't even keep up with it all.
Yeah, I can't remember it all.
So, Jersey Devil. Have you ever heard of the Jersey Devil before?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was an X-Files episode.
Yeah. Except that was cannibals, but yeah, Neanderthals on it.
I seem to remember this episode of the X-Files where the girl has autism, and autism means that she can make people die in horrific ways, and it's like that's not autism.
Autism's the next stage of evolution, didn't you know? Have you not seen The Predator? Is it The Predator?
Oh, right, yeah. I always like it when writers have no idea what autism is, and they're just like, yeah, this is going to be special powers.
Yeah.
I think Stephen King wrote that episode of X-Files. She had a possessed doll and would say, I want to play. And then, like, one of them was, she wanted ice cream or something, and she was in a diner or something. She couldn't have it. She didn't have any money. So the doll said, I want to play. And then the girl's hair gets caught in the ice cream churning machine. It pulls her head in and rips her skin off, and she dies. Oh, and then it's strawberry ice cream because it, all turns red. And
nice.
So,
yeah, that's how you get strawberry ice cream, isn't it?
That's what you get for telling an autistic girl she can't have ice cream because she don't have money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Jersey Devil and Pine Barrens. Sorry to interrupt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jersey Devil and X-Files, and how girls with autism have superpowers.
Yeah.
Only girls there. Yeah, only girls there.
Well, you could say boys with autism have the power of not giving a fuck.
No way, really?
The power of not giving a fuck or literal murder? Which would you have? Yeah.
Yep.
What the actual fuck? I've found Mr. E.T. It's an E.T. toy that looks like Mr. T.
I pity the fool that don't phone home.
I pity the fool. That's the tagline. Oh, have you already seen this one? Is it your retweet then, is it, Hobbit?
No. I'm just thinking. I know what Mr. T says, and
have a look, Hobbit. It's in general in here.
I just would I pity the fool that don't phone home.
Yeah.
Should I continue where Ian left off?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
I think you might have to.
You have to pick up the slack from
Right.
this one. I hope you enjoy your bonus.
Yeah. Well, okay. If we can see another image.
Oh, you ready for the next image, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Someone's farted around with that. They've put horseshoes in it. Is Dom gone?
Oh, I'm here. No, I'm just seeing if it shows on the site.
Yeah, it's up. You're up. What
is it?
Okay.
What is it?
All
What is
South
it? Visits
Jersey.
all South Jersey. That one. It's up.
Yeah, it's the front page of the Inquirer, 21st of January.
I need to go back one then. Fly rival of Leeds Devil has Jersey people frightened. That one.
This one. Yep. It's the front page of the Inquirer, 21st of January 1909. This paper reported, "What is it? Visits all South Jersey." Story stated hoof-like tracks could be seen in the snow practically every block in Burlington City, creating a state bordering on panic. Even dogs were scared. Hounds put on the trail refused to follow the tracks, and with bristling hair.
Just a minute,
Tom.
I've been reading ahead. I'm looking at this image, and the last bit of this thing is like, it says, made its thought by some strange animal as not yet classified, or scientist, or nature fucker. Look at that. In this 19th century article saying nature fucker. That's disgusting. We're trying to do a family-friendly show. Look at the image, right? And you read it, and it's like, it says, discovery of curious hoof prints made is thought by some strange animal not yet classified by scientists or nature fucker.
Back now, guys. Sorry about this. I'm being plagued by gremlins tonight, so...
they don't want to talk about the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, so anyway.
Okay, Ian,
Tell him gremlins are next week.
Ian, I started the story
Devil's Footprints. Oh,
about yeah. So if you want to just take that off.
Nature fucker, but I can't find it. Oh right.
Okay.
So literally that image that you've got on the screen saying "Fly rival of Leeds Devil as Jersey people frightened."
Blah blah blah. Okay, cool. All right. So we're gonna cover then the where are we up to? Up to there. Okay then. Sorry. So if we go to the next page, then let's have a look at the next picture there. So yeah. So apologies. I will get my tech problems sorted out by next time. So anyway. So we'll look at the front page of the Inquirer from the 21st of January 1909, which shows a photo of actual hoof prints in the snow.
Emmy, scroll.
Oh, sorry. You want to go for the next photo? Sorry, mate.
Go for the next one. Yeah.
But,
so
I just thought I'd join in with the theme of the show.
Yeah, please fuck up. And I think I'm gonna get a new laptop. I think. But anyway, okay. So or a PC will be better. So the newspaper reported.
It says nature faker, Hobbit. You lame brain. Says no fun.
It looks like fucker.
It does to me. It looks like fucker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. Yeah. So anyway, the newspaper
journalists.
Yeah, filthy shits.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, so the newspaper reported, what is it? Visits all South Jersey. The story stated hoof-like tracks could be seen in the snow in practically every block in Burlington City, creating a state bordering on panic. Even dogs were scared. Hounds put on the trail refused to follow the tracks, and with bristling hair and picture of terror ran home, an article said. Armed with shotguns, a party of farmers in Springfield Township followed the tracks for almost 4 miles until they mysteriously disappeared. So if we just ponder that case, and then we can relate it what you mentioned earlier, Hemi, on the South Devon Devil's Footprints. So the infamous Devil's Footprints case happened in South Devon, UK, which is a similar incident. Just quickly run through that. It's in Devon, not America, but related.
Yeah.
So in February 1855, in the estuary in eastern South Devon, England, heavy snowfall covered the land. In the snow, trails of hoof-like marks were discovered, covering a total distance of 40 to 100 miles. The footprints measured about 4 inches long and 3 inches across, mostly in single file. It reported in more than 30 different locations across Devon. Footprints appeared on top of houses and high walls, and it was a complete mystery as to what could have made the mysterious tracks. We have an artist's impression of what was seen. Let's go to the next picture there, Hemi, and we'll see the similarity of the American tracks and the British tracks. There you go.
You can tell that's a good British drawing because there's scale and feet on there. Scale
that was actually copied at the time.
Yeah.
The God-fearing Victorians of the day believed that they had a visit from Satan himself. Could it have been the Jersey Devil on a visit to the UK?
Yeah.
Or a British relative of his?
British tour.
That they'd shown their presence that night, but we'll probably never know. So just interesting that there was a similar case before in the UK. So at this time in
family is Mothman, is it?
Could be you had Mothman in America, Owlman in the UK. So again, a bit of a crossover, UK crossover, UK-US crossover. Anyway, at this time in 1909, the Arch Street Museum in Philadelphia attracted visitors with their latest attraction. Go to the next picture, Hemi. Let's have a look at what the Arch Street Museum actually had on the show. We'll see. Look at that then, eh? Caught here alive, and it's only 10 cents to see. So the Jersey Devil was actually alive and in the museum for scientific study, and the classification of a new species of a horse-headed fly-headed animal could be established. They had it there. So they caught the Jersey Devil. It was there. No one could argue. So, and the mystery could put to bed. So, So anyway, it was later discovered that museum staff had created a devil by painting green stripes on a kangaroo and attaching a set of false wings to it. So, big disappointment. In those days, though, it was common for travelling carnivals and freak shows to create their own mythical creature and put it on display for the gullible public to pay and see. So one such trick was to cut a monkey in half and then cut a dolphin in half, then attach the bottom half of the dolphin to the top half of the monkey. Hey presto, you've got a mermaid. So let's have a look at the next picture there, Emmy, and we'll just see what such a creature looks like. There you go. See, that's what you got.
Awful. So what did you say the head was again?
Half a monkey. The upper part is a monkey. The lower half is a dolphin. You sew the two parts together and say, "Look, we got a mermaid there,"
dolphin,
and then the
sure?
something like that.
That's
something
a tuna,
like that.
I think, isn't it? Is that
a tuna dolphin?
Yeah, dolphins don't have dorsal fins.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Tuna, dolphin, they're the same thing, aren't they?
Right, in America, it's illegal to swim with dolphins.
You find them all in cans of tuna, don't
you? Did you know it's illegal to swim with dolphins in America?
Because they're likely to rape you.
Well, they say, yeah, but they don't make it like okay, no, let's not go into that. That's Tuesday show territory.
It's not called a blowhole for nothing, is it?
There
you go. So, just a bit about freak shows of the day and what used to be done and how they also, cashed in on the Jersey Devil by creating their own. So they didn't actually catch the Jersey Devil at all. They were just doing that. Anyway, okay, if we go over to Dom now, he's going to give us a bit more info on more contemporary reports of the Jersey Devil. Let's do it.
Right. Well, yeah. So, more
my
contemporary.
Computer
Post 1909, the volume of sightings of the Jersey Devil died down, though they had been reported from time to time to this very day. Look at more contemporary report. Late one night in 1972, Mary Ritzer Christiansen was driving from Blackwood to Glassborough, and she gave the following report. This has haunted me since it happened in 1972. I was a senior at what was then Glassborough State College. I had heard about the Jersey Devil when I came to South Jersey, but being from North Jersey, I thought it was too sophisticated to believe such humbuggery. One winter night I was driving to Glassborough from Blackwood to Green Tree Road. At the time the road was flanked by orchards and farms. There were a few houses and there was hardly any development. Something in my rearview mirror. Curious as to what it could have been, I slowed down to take a gander. It was dark out, but moonlit enough that I had no trouble at all discerning the upright figure of a creature crossing the road from one side of the other, roughly 20 feet behind my car. The figure stood taller than a man by far and had thick haunches, similar to a goat, supporting its nearby human-looking torso, and a huge woolly head. It moved heavily and didn't seem at all disturbed by my being there. It didn't linger long enough to see more. I hit the gas and flew to the Mansion Park apartments in the borough. So petrified was I that I slept the rest of the night in the car, unwilling to get out in the same darkness that had introduced me to the Jersey Devil.
Blimey. And that was from the 70s.
Ooh.
So, yeah, living around for a while.
Yeah, and there's another from the 70s from a guy called Keith Bonnard, who said, I spent a lot of time in the Pine Barrens forest area when I was growing up in New Jersey and had my share of strange experiences. When I was about 13, I went camping along near Hampton Furnace. I had a bow with me and I went looking for a rabbit dinner about an hour before sundown. Something started following me back in the trees. It tailed me back to my camp and circled while I cooked my dinner. This kept up until about 2 hours after dark, and let me tell you, it was one dark night. I finally decided that my visitor had moved on and I crawled into my tent. When I had just started to calm down, I heard a foot stomp down right behind my tent. I got all set to jump out when this thing, whatever it was, started screaming. I would compare the volume of the scream to a truck's horn. I couldn't decide what to do. I had my bow and knife, but they didn't seem like much. After several blasts, it just stopped. I didn't hear a sound except for my heart for an hour. I was sure that if I stuck my head out of the tent, I'd lose it. In the morning, I could find no tracks in the pine needles. To this day, I still don't like sleeping in tents. I'd rather take my chances in the open.
Does he find it a bit intense?
Yes.
So is he suggesting it is Bigfoot then, is he, I suppose?
The Jersey Devil. It was in the Pine Barrens area, and that's what all it could be, yeah. But
some sort of which is not known about.
A horse-headed demon. But who goes camping when they're 13?
National Geographic. 13
and you go camping by yourself.
Yeah, fucking mad lad, isn't he?
Yeah, it was different in those days. There were no such thing as paedophiles in those days, though, were there? That came later.
Well, they were. They were just well hidden by the elites.
It was socially acceptable.
Yeah.
The BBC.
The BBC, yeah.
I'm so glad the BBC are doing a documentary about how great Jimmy Savile was and how he was misunderstood.
And how they totally had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, how you should carry on paying your TV tax.
Yeah.
Why don't they report how they deplatformed John Lydon for trying to call him out?
Yeah, good point. And Jerry Sadafiniewicz.
Oh, did it? Is that why he ended up on Channel 5, was it?
Jerry Sadafiniewicz was not. He had one he had actually a YouTube channel at one point. He released just one video where he's dressed up as Jimmy Savile, saying "I told you so."
Yeah,
and that was it. And then he deleted it.
And Skinner and Badil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Peculiar. They all knew.
Almost as strange as the New Jersey Devil.
Yeah. Anyway, Dom, continue with the next encounter.
Okay, the next one is Kelly Denton of Cape May County, who relays the following account from the early 80s. As a native of Cape May County, I've had the typical rite of passage trip to the Pine Barrens, the legendary home of the Jersey Devil. At the time, I was attending Cape May Technical High School, which sponsored trips to the Pine Barrens for good grades in certain classes. I was one of the fortunate students to go 3 times during my 4-year career at CMCT. My canoe was followed by a heavy-footed thing. With each step I heard branches snap under its feet or hooves. Every 10 minutes or so I could hear deep beastly growls that to this day gave me the creeps. Being in a canoe on a class trip didn't afford me much opportunity to flee in terror, so I stuck it out for 3 years. Every year was the same.
That's a long canoe trip.
What did you say?
It was a bit like his teacher. It was a bit like his teacher. It gave him the willies.
It was the teacher's we're going to do a couple of laps of Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Same as like Deliverance.
Yeah,
it's just that story of, the best in the class get to go to the woods, right? Okay, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, with the teacher.
All the teachers' favourites get to go to the woods together.
Yeah.
So anyway, during my sophomore year, I was pretty confident about my canoeing skills, so I didn't look over my shoulder much. I went canoeing with a friend of mine, and we came across a bag that had been torn open and gone through. Around it were prints on the ground. Looked something like a horse's hoof, only bigger. Then I heard it, the cry that still haunts my dreams, part human, part beast, and full of anger, pregnant with pure hate. I nearly flipped the canoe. We left, leaving whatever was out there behind, or so I thought. It seemed to follow us. Every time we stopped or paused, it got closer to the river. We pushed on. Then worse came to worse as we tipped the canoe. I heard the thing running behind us, and I thought we were dead for sure. Then we righted our canoe and got into it as fast as humanly possible. We finally made it out to safety, sun fried to a crisp, missing all our valuables and most of our clothes, but never happier to be on shore. We picked up our bus and left. As we were leaving, I rested my head on the window and saw a little cottage. I looked at it until the bus was about to pass it, and I saw a woman. She looked back at me, and I could see her skin was torn and bleeding. After the bus passed, she vanished. Scared me so badly, I wouldn't go back there in the woods for a year.
Blimey. After a year, it was all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
One whole year.
What a go again, just to
that
test
really
the
shit me up.
waters.
I'm not going back for a whole year.
You know what?
That would shit you up.
Shreddies, that has.
What I think is in those woods are shrooms.
Shrooms.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
But shrooms tend not to flay people alive.
That's why you see fairies. That's why you see fairies sat on mushrooms, fairies and elves, isn't it? You see the image. They're sat under a mushroom or on a mushroom. Yes. So that's implying if you eat the mushroom, you'll see fairies. Yeah. Makes sense.
I mean, you just have to go to FurryCon to see furries, but
yeah.
Don't know about you, Dan or Ian.
Don't look in the bath.
Don't look in the bath.
Anyway, moving on. March 1981. Sonny Zappa was driving up Route 9 in Bayville at around 10 p.m. There were 2 cars in front of me, and we were travelling about 35 miles per hour. To the right of Route 9 is a mini-mall type building with woods behind it. The right is all woods. All of a sudden I saw this big thing run across Route 9. It looked like one of the classic pictures of the Jersey Devil. It had no tail, no fur, its ribs showed, and it had a long odd head with short ears that laid flat. It looked about 10 feet tall. I noticed it because the first car stepped on its brakes, as did the second car. When I looked ahead, I saw this thing galloping across Route 9 and straight into the woods. I was not really scared because it did not register yet. I stopped to mail something into the mailbox about 300 feet from the main road, and I saw a child's shirt, shorts and one sneaker lying on the ground. I mailed my letter, ran into the car and laid rubber all the way home. I was certain I'd seen the Jersey Devil. No one believes me. They say it was a deer. I've never seen a deer that big, that fast or that weird looking in my life. What is really creepy is that the 2 other people driving in front of me stepped on their brakes, so they must have seen it too.
Strange. What were a child's clothes doing on the road, though, is the question there.
Jimmy Savile was
Yeah, Jimmy Savile.
Is Jimmy Savile the Jersey
You know what
Devil?
it was? If you say Shazam, it turns you into the Jersey Devil, right?
True. Jimmy Savile used to go to Jersey, though. There was a children's home there where they used to help themselves. But
did he go to Epstein Island?
That was Prince Andrew. You're mixing him up with Prince Andrew.
Oh,
Prince
yeah,
Andrew
yeah.
definitely went there, didn't he? So he denies it. He doesn't sweat. Anyway.
Code name, the Jersey Devil.
Oh, according to Nordic, Alex Belfield was once pictured at Jimmy's house.
Oh no!
Has everybody been to Jimmy Savile's house? Well, apart from me.
Yeah, I was.
Apart from
Have
me.
you not been there?
Have you not been there as a young boy, Hemmy? Have you not been there? Not been to Uncle Jimmy's, huh?
No, I ain't been to Uncle Jimmy's.
Probably too young to remember.
I met the Duchess.
Growing up as a kid, I was always upset Jim never fixed it for me, but now as an adult, I'm relieved.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, it was either his house or Michael Barrymore's.
Dear Jim, I want to fix it and let my poos come out easier. Maybe that's a bad joke. Jim fixed it.
This is a damn good show.
Yeah.
This is going to be in your top 20.
Anyway, shall we get back to the what's his name?
What's the
Jersey
thing?
Devil?
The bit, you know, the thing.
Yeah.
JD.
The JD.
The thingy with the horns and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, in the late 80s, Frank Turner was with 2 friends camping in the Pine Barrens. He told the following tale. I was unaware that the Pine Barrens was the home to the Jersey Devil, so we headed out on our bikes, not giving a shit, and did our fair share of partying that night, as some others joined us on our camp. The next day we hit the trails a bit earlier than usual. We were about 100 yards into the woods when my bike stalled out. I looked and found my friends had stalled too. At first I thought it had something to do with the terrain, or maybe something to do with the nearby power plants. 50 feet away from each other we tried to start up our bikes, when suddenly from the woods we heard the most horrible piercing scream. It sounded inhuman, like something being tortured. Once back at camp we asked the others if they had heard screams earlier. They heard them too, 4 miles away. That night we headed into the local town because we ran out of booze. We went into a bar and I ordered a drink, still in shock from what I'd heard that morning. The bartender asked, "Hey kid, did you see a ghost or something?" After I told him the story, he smiled and said, "It looks like you met our little friend." He then asked us to come out back. He showed us to a tin garbage can that was shredded to bits. It looked like the shreds were made from something with 3 claws. I'd never returned to the Pine Barracks since, and I do not want to go back. So yeah, that's it. That's the Jersey Devil. So what is it? Demonic
devil,
presence, unknown cryptid thing.
People mishearing buzzards.
Mutant child.
People not knowing what screeching owls sound like.
It's been around for a long time, though, hasn't it? For 250 years, and it still gets sighted today. The thing is, how can it fly if it's not very aerodynamic, is it? In that, and you would think with the small wings and the large body, you couldn't actually achieve flight. But if it's more of a supernatural, interdimensional beast, then possible.
Well, here's the thing: as no one pointed out, why are the hoof prints in a line? Like they're not spaced apart. Like it's either got one leg or it walks really like close to its like
very carefully.
Level. Yeah, like it's not very fast. So yeah, because if you put one foot in front of the other, then you're going to be doing it really slow, right? So unless that's just the snow, but it seems like it's pretty agile though, right? Unless it's in snow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a queer case, but it's just. I think the press had a lot to do with it, though. In its day, it's they like to. They were different times and very depressing times. So if the press got hold of such a story, they'd run with it.
Damien's got it in the chat. He says you wouldn't need wings if you were supernatural.
Quite true, yeah.
I mean,
want them to kind of show off with.
you reckon it's just like a spoiler for a supernatural animal, wings? Then is that what you're saying?
Well, the thing is that what is it? The English case is that was cited, the one with the actual hoot. It said 100 miles. That's like 1/8 of the country.
Yeah, that is the thing. That is one of the flaws in that case. Is they said the tracks went on for 100 miles, but in the time that was reported, it wasn't actually possible to cover that amount of ground to check anyway. But you know,
that's 1/8 of the whole country. It's like
exactly. Must have been named, yes. And there was no choppers or anything in those days. But yeah. Tell you what though,
they could have used
It's two blokes on a plank.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, or one you can even do it yourself. One bloke with a plank, as I did.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. I'll tell you what. We'll move on to the next case. We'll put the Jersey Devil to bed if no one's got any questions.
No.
And I'll move on to the Dover Demon. So the Dover Demon is a small humanoid creature sighted in Dover.
Hold on a sec. I did a bit. The Dover Demon.
That's right. Yeah.
Is that better?
Sighted in Massachusetts in the 1970s. So there you go. There's the map there, so the people at home can get an idea of where
it works
Dover
better
is.
if I'm unmuted. What if, like, angels have got wings? They don't need wings. They're angels, but they got them. And bumblebees aren't aerodynamic, yet somehow they fly. So,
Yeah, true. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, we can look at that. Yeah.
Got to think these things through.
Yeah. Didn't think it through.
Bumblebees create a vortex under their wings or some shit by going in circles.
That's just a NASA conspiracy theory.
Bumblebees are magic.
The truth is, bumblebees are magic. They've got an anti-gravity device, and they use the wings as thrust vectors.
Yeah.
So the wings move them up, down, 6 degrees of movement, but the anti-grav is what makes them, do the stuff. Because have you noticed, if you watch a bee fly, it will actually start to float and then flap its wings.
Oh, are you telling us bees are magic, Hobbit?
Well, like I said, when I used to work in the factory, the paint shed, there was a bumblebee nest in the crack in the door, and nobody else would go there except for myself. And some days, occasionally, I would just, especially on a sunny day, I'd just watch them, and I'd notice how it's hang on, he's moving without flapping his wings, and then he flaps his wings. Don't think I didn't notice that.
They're like the stoners of the insect world.
I think they're like Wile E. Coyote, gravity only affects them when they decide to notice it.
Anyway, all right then. So, let's go back to the Dover Demon. Anyway,
yes, Dover Demon, not a bumblebee.
So because the bee isn't, it does exist. We know that. Whereas the Dover Demon is debate. So, this is Dover. This is where the following events happened in the spring of 1977, just a few months before Elvis died on the toilet. The fat cunt. Could the Dover Demon have been a forewarning of upcoming death or deaths? Elvis died on the 16th of August 1977, and then Groucho Marx died, who was better than Elvis. He died on the 19th of August 1977. So I thought Elvis was
Marx Brothers.
He was, and he was better. He was better than Elvis. Elvis was a bit shit.
He invented communism along with his brother Carl.
No, he was just ahead of his time. You could enjoy his humour now, whereas Charlie Chaplin, for example, kicking a policeman up the arse isn't that funny these days.
Yeah, but seeing a woman going by with a mobile phone is, though, isn't it?
Yeah, quite true. Yeah. But anyway, Elvis, though, he met Priscilla when she was 14. So there we go.
Was he a time traveller?
Well, they have a different name for people like that, don't they? So, kiddie fiddler, same syllables.
He's a Gallifreyan, a Time Lord.
Yeah.
Chomo.
Anyway, okay, let's get back into the case. So, okay, let's look at the evidence then. On the 21st of April 1977, three 17-year-olds, Bill Bartlett, Mike Mazkoska and Andy Brody, were driving north along Farm Street, Dover, at 10:32 p.m. Bartlett, who was behind the wheel of the Volkswagen, suddenly saw a peculiar creature creeping along a low wall of loose stones on the left-hand side of the road. Initially, he thought it was a dog or a cat, but when the headlights fully shone on the object, he had the fright of his life. The object turned out to be a small human-like creature, but not of this world. It slowly turned its head and stared straight into the light, revealing two large,
don't look into the light, Caroline.
Two large, round, lidless eyes that shone brightly like two orange marbles. It had a watermelon-shaped head resting on top of a thin neck. Aside from the head, the rest of the creature's body was thin, with long, spindly arms and legs. The skin was hairless and peach-coloured, and appeared to have a rough texture. Bartlett described it as like wet sandpaper. The beast was about 3.5 to 4 feet tall, and was shaped and like baby's body with long arms and legs. It had been making its way along the wall, its fingers curled around the rocks when the car lights surprised it. Unfortunately, neither of Bartlett's companions saw the creature. The sighting only lasted for a few seconds. Before Bartlett could speak, the car drove on. Bartlett then dropped off his friends and went home to Walpole Street. Upon his arrival, he was visibly upset, and his father asked him what was wrong. He told him what he saw and drew a picture of the creature on the back of a fag packet. So, let's go to the next picture, please, Hemi, and we'll have a look at this drawing of the Dover Demon.
Oh, it's an alien.
Look at that. It does look like a grey, doesn't it? So
yeah,
he could see eyes and digits. So interesting. That's what he saw. Around midnight on the same evening, 15-year-old John Baxter left his girlfriend's house at the south of Miller High Road and headed home. After walking about a mile, he could see someone walking towards him in the darkness. Baxter stopped in his tracks and called out, "Who is that?" There was no reply. "Don't fuck me about. Answer me, you little fucking cunt."
Yeah, bitch.
Again, there was no reply. I assure you that this is not in the least bit amusing. From anyone? American Werewolf in London, the underground scene. Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen it. Never seen it.
Not?
But Hemi has.
Has no one seen that film, right then? That's that.
I'm sure
bucket then,
Hemming's seen it, but he's having a cough
Blow
break.
my nose.
Yeah.
Has no one seen American Werewolf in
Yeah,
London?
I didn't get the reference though. Sailed straight.
That's that. I got it, but yeah, I've read it before, and also I've got it on DVD.
Really?
With the how they did all the makeup and shit.
Mm.
Yeah.
I can assure you that this is not in the least bit amusing, but that's a good part. But also, interestingly, though, you've got Rick Mayall and Brian Glover in that film, haven't you?
Yeah.
And some years later,
Rick Mayall's in it. Oh,
yeah,
they've both succumbed to the curse of the werewolf.
and also years later, would be in Bottom together, wouldn't they? Brian Glover was in Bottom. As Mr. Rottweiler. Yeah.
I will see.
Mr. Rottweiler, wasn't he?
Oh, is he the one in the
And also that guy got to nosh down on Jenny Agutter.
Yeah.
Yeah, before she got old. Yeah. So.
Has anyone ever seen a Jenny Agutter thing where she keeps her clothes on?
Yes. Anyway, okay then. Back to this stuff. The sky was overcast and dark, so only a shadowy form could be seen. Trying to get a better look, Baxter took a step forward, and the creature scurried off to the left, running down a shallow wooded gully and up the opposite bank. As the figure ran, Baxter could hear footsteps on the dry leaves. Offended by the little shit's ignorance, Baxter decided to give chase, and he would teach the little fucker some manners. He followed the creature down the slope, then stopped and looked across the gully. He then saw the creature standing in silhouette about 30 feet away. Its feet were moulded around the top of the rock, several feet away from a tree. Baxter said the creature reminded him of a monkey's, except for its dark figure-of-8 head. He could see two lighter spots in the middle of the head, which he took for eyes, and they were staring straight at him. After a few minutes, Baxter began to feel uneasy. So, realizing that he had not seen such a creature before and fearing what might happen next, Baxter carefully backed down the slope, shitting himself. He got back onto Farm Street and bottled it home. Baxter also drew the creature. So what we can do is look at the next picture, Hemi, and compare the different witnesses' drawing of it. So there we go. It's very similar, isn't it, to the first? So they'd clearly seen the same creature. So yeah, odd things going on in Dover that night. Visited by some form of alien, perhaps. We don't know. Let's go to the next picture, and we'll have actually look at Baxter himself and see what we think. And you'll be there with his picture. Let's go to the next picture there, Hemi. And there he is, fucking long hair. Got a haircut, mate. Hey.
Very 70s.
Yeah, a bit of a stoner, isn't he? I think I know what may have caused these sightings. Anyway, okay then. The next evening, on the same stretch of road, 18-year-old Will Tainter was driving Abby Bramdam, 15, home when the two of them saw an odd being sitting beside a bridge. They described what they saw as looking like a tannish coloured ape, but it only had...
Racist.
But it had an oblong head stuck on limbs that looked completely odd and out of place. The creature looked at them. Possibly. The creature looked at them with its glowing green eyes, a detail which was not present in the first two sightings of the previous evening. They also drew what they saw. Let's go to the next picture, and we'll see this. We'll have a look at what this couple saw. 18-year-old Will and 15-year-old Abby. Let's see. Have a look at that. It's not great.
The next one.
Yeah.
The one that looks like a sausage dog.
Yeah, that's a bit shit.
Oh yeah, that's a really low res picture, isn't it? That's why.
Also, it wouldn't be very good. That's the best I could find, but that's even so, it's still pathetic.
Do you know what the annotations say?
Even the artist renderings are 240p.
I think they say eyes, neck, legs.
Sausage.
Due to the poor quality. Due to the poor quality of the drawing, the professional artist gave his interpretation of what they saw. Let's look at a better picture, which was. Let's go to the next.
Is this the alien's dog then? Is it? Well, that don't look
there we
like
go.
a sausage dog, does it?
Look at that. That's an offer. An offer you can't refuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Go on, give it to me. So,
I'm aroused.
anyway, after this, the Dover demon was never seen again, and as to what visited Dover on those 2 nights remains a mystery. It's been suggested that a foal or baby moose had been mistaken for something more sinister, though April wasn't.
A baby
that's
moose
a moose.
Do they grow out of the hands then? Do they, baby moose?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, they're
Baby
called baby
mooses
hands.
stand
You know,
up.
they're like milk teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. They just grab trees all the time, those baby mooses, don't they?
well,
Yeah.
April wasn't foal season, and the moose were long gone from Dover at the time of the sighting. Additionally, foals and moose do not stand on their hind legs, nor do they sit on the top of walls.
They do if you're a skeptic.
No. Bartlett denied that the creature could be an animal of any kind. He said, "This definitely wasn't a fox or animal. It was some kind of creature with long, thin fingers. The thing was more human-like in its form than an animal."
If it
always
was,
tried
if
to
it was
guess.
in India, I'd
Yeah.
buy the fact it was a deformed animal, because
Yeah.
they have like goats with human faces and shit like that, don't they, in India?
Oh, really?
And they have
There's a-
cows with 5 legs. So,
Wow.
There's a,
Holy
there's a
cow.
cow with a human face somewhere, I'm pretty sure.
Let's have
I've
a...
always tried to guess what it was. I've never had any idea. I wasn't trying to be funny. People know I don't make things up. It's what he said. Dover demon often appears in pop culture and is often feared on programs about the unexplained. And there's also a porn movie made about it called The Bendover Demon. So you can catch that.
Oh, no.
You can catch that on
Yeah, there's
on
the cow.
Pornhub.
There's the cow with a human face that was born in.
It's Phil
Bend over.
McCann and Sarah Blizzard in this film.
No, that's
Yeah.
Cavity
Oh yeah.
and Sarah
Wow.
Bukaki.
Yeah.
What was the Dover demon, though? Was it a misidentified animal? An interdimensional visitor? Something made up by a bunch of stoners? But you decide. So,
I'm leaning towards interdimensional, I think.
yeah, I reckon those people were just
I'm-
smoking too much drugs, weren't they?
I googled cow with human
Whoa.
face, and now I'm regretting it. I feel a bit sick.
Oh, it's like when
Anyways.
people Photoshop human teeth on dogs and cats. I hate
No.
it.
These are deformed cows that look human because they're so fucked up.
Ugh.
You
I
know
know, I
what?
feel a
That
bit
deformed cow actually does look like this thing here.
It
Like-
does, doesn't it? It does.
Yeah,
I've
it does a
debunked
bit,
I've
yeah.
debunked it. Because one thing happened somewhere, that means this definitely happened here right now under these circumstances. I love that when they go,
Anyway.
it's ball lightning. It's ball lightning. Yeah, have you ever seen ball lightning in your entire life? I don't think anybody has ever seen ball lightning.
No.
Anyway, we've not got too much to go, so what we'll do, Dom's going to tell us another American monster, the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter. Go for it, Dom.
Oh, before you start that, if anybody's been watching chat, Uno's just paid off a joke that he set up earlier. He said, "What's deja vu, Ian?" Because he said earlier, "What's deja vu, Ian?" So I think that's
Right,
after
I'm
the
with you.
joke
I
earlier.
get it. Yeah, it works. Yeah, it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that why you asking me? Do the French have a word for deja vu?
Yes, that's why I said that.
I should have said no, but they got a phrase for it.
Yeah,
We keep getting this feeling of deja vu.
yeah.
Got this feeling somebody's watching me.
Anyway,
Sorry.
Dom, let's go on with the next American monster. We're almost there, so there's not much to go on.
Was it me?
Yeah, Kelly
Dom.
Hopkinsville
Do they mean
encounter.
me? They surely do. Whatever happened to Derek? What's his name? Derek?
Derek
what?
and Clive.
Derek
Derek
Cora.
Derek and Clive.
No, Derek. The bloke that used to do the paper reviews, he was a Fleet Street editor, weren't
Eric Jameson, he died ages ago.
Yeah. Do they mean
chief.
me? They surely do. Yeah.
Anywho, next American monster we're going to look at took place in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. At about 7 p.m. on the 21st of August 1955, farmer Elmer Sutton and his friend Billy Ray Taylor were fetching water from Sutton's farmyard when they spotted a silvery object in the sky. Sutton described it as real bright with an exhaust all the colours of the rainbow. The object then moved silently towards the farmhouse, passed over it, stopped in the air, then dropped straight down to the ground. An artist's impression of what he described, we can have a look at. If you could do the next picture.
It looks like a peach stone.
Yep. Looks as vague as you'd expect it to look. Anyway, the two men went to the farmhouse to tell their families, consisting of 9 other adults and children. 2 men weren't taken seriously and were accused of trying to pull a prank. About an hour later, the family dog suddenly started barking erratically. 2 of the men, Billy Ray and Lucky, went to the back door and made out a straight orange glow, in the midst of which they spied a small humanoid creature. It was about 3.5 feet tall and had an oversized head almost perfectly round, its arms extended almost to the ground, its hands and talons and its oversized eyes glowed with a yellowish light. The creature's body gave off an eerie shimmer in the lights of the night's new moon. It made as if made of it silver metal, and we can see an artist's impression here.
Oh, sorry, that's me.
You'll see a peach stone.
Tech support.
Let's have a look at it.
Oh, that's mint, that is, isn't it?
It's good, isn't it? Yes, that was there.
You know, if you're going to make one up, you might as well make one up as bizarre as possible, haven't you?
So why are they always genderless? Like, why are they always naked?
Well,
you know,
they're perverts. Ridiculous freaks.
At least like those. Do you remember that Mexican guy, the one that found some of these midget things and they like battered him, didn't they? And threw him around.
Give him a good kicking.
Yeah, just give him a good. Let's give him a pasting, I think, and scratched him. I've heard another story.
It's definitely
like midget aliens.
That just looks like a gremlin to me. The films.
This was pre-Gremlin. Gremlin's probably got the inspiration from this case. So anyway, go on with the next bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was like Spike, doesn't it?
Yeah. So so the 2 men were terrified, and being American, the first thing they thought of was doing was to grab a 20-gauge shotgun and a .22 rifle.
It's the only language they understand.
They started to fire. Fill out this number. So they started to fire at the little man, who had now raised its hands as if held at gunpoint as it came towards the back door. The men said the creature did a flip, scrambled upright and fled into the darkness. Shortly after this... Sorry?
It did a flip. What? Backflip?
Like a free runner.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm imagining like it did a backflip towards the cupboard and then it kind of moonwalked back into the shadows. So anyway, after this, they saw a similar creature appear in a side window. It shot straight through the window at it, but the little man flipped and disappeared, seemingly impervious to bullets. One of the adults in the house Mrs. Langford said of the encounter. I went out to the hallway and crouched down next to Billy when I saw one approaching the door. It looked like a 5-gallon gasoline can with a head on top and small legs.
So basically,
it was
shot a 5-gallon gasoline can.
Or maybe it's one of her meth ingredients coming back to haunt her. She said it was shimmering bright metal like on my refrigerator. We can see another artist's impression of Little Man, described by this witness.
The same thing, yeah, but they're all seeing the reports. The reports are consistent anyway, so on to the next bit.
Things escalated when Taylor stepped outside under the small overhanging roof, and those behind him saw a claw-like hand reach down and touch his hair. The group screamed and pulled Taylor back, while Lucky shot above the overhang and then shot out at another similar creature in a nearby tree. It floated to the ground and then scurried into the woods. And then let's see what the scene would have looked like. On the next picture, please.
Oh, grabbing his hair. Get off.
It looks like a reject from, what was the trading cards?
Pop Trumps.
No, the other one. Mars Attacks. Looks like a reject Mars Attacks fucking card, doesn't it?
Anyway, the group then moved back into the house and spent several hours listening for movement, hearing mostly occasional scratches on the roof. At 11 p.m, the whole group ran from their cars, hightailed it to the Hopkinsville police station at top speed. After hearing the family's story, the police chief called for backup. His team was joined at the Sutton farm by state police, military police, and a press photographer. At the scene, shell casings from the shots were found, but no other evidence. Once the police had left at about 2:30 a.m, the creatures returned. Mrs. Langford said she saw one glowing repeatedly by her bedside window, its claw-like hand on the screen. The day after the incident, police investigators returned to the farmhouse, searching for evidence of a saucer landing, footprints, blood trails, or scratch marks on the roof. They found nothing.
It's a surprise.
In the following days, radio stations and newspapers reported the incident, and hundreds of curiosity seekers descended on the farm. Got another picture, please.
Yeah.
Of the newspapers and shit.
Little green man.
I didn't humiliate him too much in the newspaper then.
So the family charged visitors 50 cents to enter the grounds, $1 for information, and $10 for taking pictures. So,
well, there you go.
Let's finish up now.
It, didn't they?
It seems to be a recurring pattern in some shitty gift shops and all sorts. So,
do they sell fridge magnets as well?
So we'll finish up and go back over to Ian. He's going to tell us about this.
Yeah. All right then. Yeah, so we'll finish up now then. Just one last case to run over. Lizardman of America. So let's have a look. Go to the next picture, please, Hemi. We'll have a look at a picture. There you go. Look at that. Eh?
Well,
so
where was this? Was this in Amsterdam?
This is. I'll tell you where this was now. Just bear with me one moment. So on the 29th of June, 1988,
is that
17-year-old Chris.
Is the public toilet off to the left? Is it?
Oh yeah, and he's exposing himself. That he's hanging out, running
George
after.
Michael?
Yeah, or what's his name? Oh, the Albert Steptoe. He did it as well, didn't he?
Oh, did it? Was he a dirty
The
boy
actor.
as well, was he?
Yeah, Wilfred Brambell. Google him. Anyway, 17-year-old Christopher Davis was driving home from work at 2 a.m. near the Scape Ore Swamp, Bishopsville, South Carolina. He normally drove home via this route, but on this night his car got a flat tire. So he pulled over to the side of the road to change the tire. Just as he was finishing up, he heard a strange thumping noise behind him and gave the following account of his experience. I looked back and I saw something running across the field towards me. It was about 25 yards away and I saw red glowing eyes. I ran into the car. And as I locked it, the thing grabbed the door handle.
Ooh.
I could see him from the neck down. 3 big fingers, long black nails, and rough green skin. Strong and angry. I looked into my mirror and saw a blur of green running. I could see its toes, then it jumped on the roof of my car. I thought I could hear a grunt, then I could see its fingers through the front windshield. They were curled round the roof. I sped up and swerved to shake the creature off. Though Davis was not hurt during the encounter with the lizard.
The creature off?
Yeah, shake him off. So, though Davis was not hurt during his encounter with the Lizardman, he got home and found his car wasn't so lucky. His side view mirror was basically unusable, and there were numerous scratch marks on the roof of the vehicle. Davis told his father what had happened, though he wasn't sure if he believed his son's story, but he did report it to the police. Davis did draw what he had seen, so let's go to the drawing. Let's go to the next picture, please, Hemi, and you will be very disappointed.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic.
That is fucking pathetic, isn't it? Oh my!
That's a Rembrandt, isn't it?
Well, he couldn't be asked, could he? The encounter couldn't have been that great because it's like, oh yeah, all right, and I'll just draw this shit again.
So basically, he went to shag some bird. Went to park in a bush. The bush scratched all the roof off, and he caught the wing mirror on the side. So then he had to come up with his cock and bull story, didn't he?
Yeah,
drawing looks about as good as some drawings I've been able to do.
Yeah.
He just ended up with having a pot noodle and a wank that night. So
is that a salad fingers?
Technical term. Okay. Anyway. Oh, shaken by his encounter, Davis wasn't afraid to appear in the paper along with his story. So let's have a look at the next picture, and we'll see the press report. There he is there. So that's what happened. Yeah. Sadly, in 2009, Davis was shot dead, aged 37, at his home in a drugs-related incident. So is it possible that he was involved in drugs, and this is what caused his encounter? Yeah, that ended up being the death of him anyway.
Nah, he's a good boy. Didn't do nothing.
But around this time, though, 14th of July 1988, a couple named Tom and Mary Way called the police to report damage to their car. Whilst they slept in their home in Bishopsville, unbeknownst to them, something had come along during the night and ripped the chrome fender off the car, broke the hood ornament, scratched the sides, bent the antenna, and even ripped out some of the motor wires. Even stranger.
That time we used an entire bog roll in a day. You said it was aliens.
I did, yeah. I said that, didn't I? But if they
bumpers, car bumpers.
My turn to ask you. Do you get that reference, Ian?
I don't.
It's
Red
Dwarf. It's Red Dwarf.
No, I didn't do Red Dwarf. No, I wasn't Red Dwarf. Right, unfortunately, yeah. I was more bottom. Yeah, I was more one of the bottom guys.
I have heard
you had the bottom. Yeah. But the bottom guys, you had the Red Dwarf guys, and they used to kick off together. So, but broke off the hood ornament, so maybe it was Beastie Boy fans, wasn't it? They used to do that in those days. Anyway, even stranger, the police noticed that the fender looked as if it had been chewed on, as if an animal had used its teeth to rip it off the car. Wade also Well,
One of the two.
they'd also discovered several muddy footprints over the car, as well as clumps of red hair nearby. That sounds like a bear, not rather than the Lizardman actually did that.
Yeah.
I don't know if bears attacked the car, but that's more likely. Look at another case on the
Are
15th.
you more likely to get an insurance payout for aliens or bears, though?
Yeah. On the 5th of August 1988, Kenneth Orr, an airman stationed at Shaw Air Force Base, filed a report with the police saying that he had encountered the Lizardman on Highway 15 and that he had shot and wounded it. He presented several scales and a small quantity of blood as evidence. Orr withdrew his account 2 days later when he was charged with unlawfully carrying a pistol and the misdemeanor offence of filing a false police report. According to Orr, he had invented the sighting in order to keep stories of the Lizardman in circulation. So that was just a bunch. He even admitted it was just bullshit, and he dropped himself in the shit by saying that he owned a gun. So yeah, once again, the press enjoyed the story. Let's go to the next picture. We'll just see a quick related article for the Lizardman. There you go. They've done their own mock-up there
of
what the Lizardman movie.
He did, like the
yeah, but he just couldn't be asked. But he was too stoned to be bothered. So yeah, there you go. That's the. It's kind of a scaly Bigfoot type creature. So
is that before the Spider-Man comic Lizardman?
Unfamiliar with the Spider-Man comic in Lizardman, but this is 1988, so you can sort of get an idea when this happened and see its inspirations. Creature from the Black Lagoon happened in the 50s, so.
November 1963 was first appearance of.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. All right then. So basically done, but I think we should finish on the best monster. It's our favourite. Let's have a look at the next picture. It's none other than Man Bear Pig. Let's have a look. There he is, Man Bear Pig.
Half man, half bear, half pig.
Well, a third
half man, half bear, half pig. Is that what
a third man, a third bear, and a third pig. So just have a look at that.
Half man, half bear pig.
Yep.
He was do you know the story behind Man Bear Pig on South Park? No. He was like.
I would have thought though the story would have come from cases that we've covered tonight, unless I'm mistaken.
What was the one from the first series of South Park? Do you remember that? The one that Jimbo, where his leg was made of broccoli or something.
Scuzzlebutt. Yeah.
Scuzzlebutt. That's it. Scuzzlebutt.
His leg was TV's Patrick Duffy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. What was broccoli?
And he'd weave a wicker basket.
What was the broccoli on it? He had broccoli on him, didn't he?
Oh. I thought it was Patrick Duffy, or maybe one arm's a broccoli stick. I
think so.
Yeah.
Do you remember broccoli? I just like the Deco Gerbs. Oh, that's my favourite.
Gerbs.
No, he was holding a stick of broccoli.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One hand a stick of broccoli, the other hand he was weaving a basket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good stuff. Better than The Simpsons, I thought.
It's coming right for us.
Thin out his number.
Thin out the numbers.
We need to thin out the numbers.
Anyway, good stuff then. So, good stuff tonight. So, yeah, plenty of monsters covered tonight. So yeah, something to think over.
Someone on DeviantArt has done Scuzzlebutt with a bra on, and a leg is an AK-47.
Yeah, I need to see that for science reasons or whatever.
Is that Tarantino kind of crossover thing?
Oh, is it? Is that legit then? Is it not just?
Oh, what you mean that Grindhouse?
Grindhouse, yeah.
That's right. He's holding a broccoli stick in one hand and friend. Oh, wow, okay. I don't want to know about that. Scuzzle but Empreg. There's an American horror story.
Oh, grim.
Friend.
I hate. I've just regretted everything I've googled tonight.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
You can always delete your internet history.
South
I
Park.
can't delete
Scuzzle
from my brain,
roars
though,
me.
can I?
Thanks, DeviantArt. I wanted to know, why is DeviantArt just full of all this wrong stuff?
It's quite good.
The clue's in the name, I think.
Yeah, it is. That's not Scuzzlebutt. That's the devil.
The Jersey
They're
Devil.
rule 34 of the internet.
No, I'm just image searching on DuckDuckGo. Although I've been told that's no good anymore, so I need to find an even more edgy search engine.
Yeah.
Sorry,
is it
audience
Al
and-
Gore that created Man Bear Pig, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
South Park.
Well, no. Al Gore was trying to warn people of the dangers of Man Bear Pig. No.
Man Bear Pig is revealed to be a hoax created by Gore for the purpose of making himself out to be a hero.
Yeah.
No, it's really real.
It was basically a piss take of his obsession with climate change at the time. And later on, they did a kind of apology by acknowledging that Man Bear Pig is real. So in real life, acknowledging that climate change is real, kind of thing.
Yeah, because Man Bear Pig was talked about in the episode. I think it was talked about in the episode with Al Gore, and then it appeared in Imagination Land.
Yeah.
Gay. This episode's ruined now. I hate you, South Park. You used to be cool and funny. Now you're cringe, just like Simpsons.
Right, are we all done then? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. Go away, South Park.
See you all next time. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Thanks for coming on, Ian.
Yeah, thanks, Ian. Go away now. Stay spoopy, etc.